Floods continue in Kelantan. Video of second Ipoh daredevil goes viral. I'm Desiree Gasper and this is Cuppa News. The flood-hit state of Kelantan is still grappling with rising water levels in Rantau Panjang. National Disaster Management Agency Operations Director Dato' Azizan Taat said the town is affected as the water level of Sungai Golok remains above the danger level of 9 metres. He said floodwaters in other districts have receded. A total of 1,339 people from 388 families have been evacuated to 28 relief centres across the state. The Malaysian Meteorological Department has issued a continuous rain warning over Kelantan and parts of Terengganu until Wednesday. Meanwhile, the clear skies had brought joy and happiness for thousands of flood evacuees in Terengganu. Only 298 victims are taking refuge at 6 relief centres, while their homes in Hulu Terengganu, Marang and Dungun are under floodwaters. During a visit to a relief centre, Welfare Department Director General Datuk Zulkifli Ramli gave assurance that food supplies to flood-stricken states, Terengganu and Kelantan, are sufficient. It's all systems go on the ban on polystyrene food containers and free plastic bags in Selangor and the Federal Territories. Our reporter Joycelyn Chu finds out how residents are coping.
In efforts to go green, the Selangor government has banned the use of polystyrene containers. Plus, the No Plastic Bag Day has been extended from only on Saturdays to 7 days a week. I'm here at Petaling Jaya SS2 to ask Malaysians their thoughts on the change.
Dulu pakai senang sikit lah kita bungkus. Sekarang kita pakai kertas. Bungkus susah sikit. Tapi ini untunglah kertas. Polystyrene mahal, kertas murah sikit. Customer ada minta juga. Sebab dia orang senang makan kan.
Ada tak yang bawa container sendiri untuk bungkus?
Tak ada.
Maybe it's too early. People are not prepared for it. So I think you need some time more.
So what is your habit of shopping? Will you bring your own recycle bag?
Well, I have to now. Today I found out I have to. Sooner or later people will have to get used to it because this plastic bag is not going to be good for the environment. Actually, it's a good idea, but it takes some time.
Yes, if it's your own container, you can like keep it clean and everything. If this one all, you don't know lah, whatever, whether there's dust on it or whatever.
So usually what is your habit? Do you bring your own food container?
Sometimes.
I think it's very inconvenient for us. So, as a consumer, because normally we want to go to eat outside or whatever, it's because we don't have any time to cook or even wash dishes in the home. So if let's say they ask us to bring our own container and tap out the food and bring back, then end up also we still got extra job to do. So like there's like no point for the convenience to eat outside.
What do you think about no plastic day that's extended from 1 day to 7 days?
It's because we cannot predict how much we want to buy, and we suddenly will just think of going to shopping. Like it's not predict one.
Ipoh seems to be attracting all sorts of daredevils. First, we had the group who scaled the landmark Ipoh sign, and now another video has surfaced of a man climbing a tall crane there. The 1 minute 22 seconds video uploaded on December 31st shows the youth recording himself while he climbs the crane and eventually sits at its apex. Shots of the Greentown area can also be seen in the background. It is believed that the dangerous stunt was carried out at the Ipoh Convention Centre construction site. Meanwhile, the 8 people who scaled the Ipoh sign have surrendered themselves to the police and had their statements recorded. If found guilty, they could face up to 3 months jail or fined 500 ringgit or both. The Selangor government has ordered for all local authorities in the state to only appoint trained organisers who meet all requirements set by the authorities when dealing with fireworks displays. The statement issued by Local Government, New Village Development and Legalising of Factories Committee Chairman Ian Yong-hyen-wah comes after 14 people sustained minor injuries when fireworks meant to usher in the new year exploded on the ground at the Pandamaran Sports Complex in Port Klang. The incident occurred during the Gegar Klang Fiesta, an event organised by the Klang Municipal Council. Yong added that the state viewed the matter seriously and will take action against those found to have been responsible for the slip-up. Johor Crown Prince Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim has lashed out at Kelantan Football Association or Cuppa President and UMNO Information Chief Tan Sri Anwar Musa, telling him to stop poking his nose in Johor-related affairs. In a statement posted on the Johor Southern Tigers Facebook page, Tunku Ismail warned Anwar against being a liability to the ruling party as the time to vote was edging closer and stirring up a hornet's nest will lead to consequences. Tunku Ismail also bluntly told Anwar to focus on solving issues related to Cuppa first and not waste time probing other teams or clubs. He then told Anwar to stay within his means and not try to compete using the JDT way. Danish police have arrested Yoo-ra. She's the daughter of South Korean President Park Geun-hye's friend Choi Soon-sil, who is at the centre of an influence peddling scandal that has engulfed her presidency. The scandal paralysed Park's government and drew hundreds of thousands of protesters onto the streets of Seoul for weeks. Chung, an equestrian rider who trained in Germany, was arrested for staying illegally in the northern Danish city of Aalborg. She faces several charges in South Korea, where authorities have been working to invalidate her passport and efforts are being made to extradite Chung. Chung became a figure of public ire in South Korea last year after it emerged that she had received special treatment from the prestigious Ewha Women's University, where her admission was subsequently cancelled. News of her arrest came a day after Park broke a month-long silence over her alleged role in the corruption scandal, publicly denying charges of wrongdoing and describing the accusations against her as fabricated and false. Turkish authorities have launched a manhunt after a gunman opened fire at a crowded nightclub in Istanbul early Sunday, killing 39 people and injuring 69 others. Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu said the attacker is still on the run and efforts to find the terrorists are continuing.
Aldığımız bilgi çerçevesinde bir kişi olduğu gözüküyor. Yani birden fazla kişi değil. Ve bir mont, pantolon şeklinde içeriye silahla tarayarak girmiş. Ondan sonra da içeride de farklı bir giysiyle beraber dışarıya çıkmaya çalışmış olduğuna yönelik bir bilgi var. Ama bu bilgilerin hem emniyet tarafından değerlendirilmesi devam ediyor.
Few details about the assailant have been released, but Turkish police say they have found the taxi the shooter took to the nightclub and are dusting it for fingerprints. To date, no one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Sunday's massacre took place at the Reina nightclub just over an hour into the new year when the lone assailant began shooting at revellers during the celebrations. At least 15 of those killed were foreign nationals from across the Middle East. In other news, hundreds of Bolivians in the small community of Caracoles, about 248 kilometers from the capital city of La Paz, were forced to evacuate their homes on Saturday after heavy floods and mudslides destroyed 85 houses there. Authorities declared a state of emergency after rain triggered heavy flooding which overflowed a dam used at the mine there. According to media, the floodwaters destroyed the dynamite storage area before continuing to flood the miners' community. It is not clear if the muddy waters rushing down the streets is contaminated. A French tourist was bitten by a crocodile inside the Khao Yai National Park in Thailand after she tried to take a selfie with it. The woman and her husband were trekking near a waterfall at the park when they came across the crocodile, which was lying on the riverbank. Both approached the crocodile to attempt a selfie, but the woman slipped, startling the animal, which eventually bit her leg. The victim was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment and is expected to recover. Los Angeles dwellers got an amusing start to the year when they woke up to find the iconic Hollywood sign changed to Hollyweed. According to police, surveillance cameras showed a vandal using top to change the two O's to E's between 12 midnight to 2 a.m. The daring act, which has been classified as a case of misdemeanor trespassing, could have been done in celebration of a measure approved in November when California voters passed an amendment legalizing recreational use of marijuana. This is, however, not the first time the letters were changed to Hollyweed. The last incident was in 1983.
And that's all we have today. Good night.